Greetings from the Johnson Sports Center. I'm Sports Information Director Mike Stetson. I want to welcome you to another edition of the Crusader Coaches Corner Show. Hope everyone had a very Merry Christmas and glad to be back with you after a few weeks off. Big week here at the Johnson Sports Center as the Crusader men and women back in action after the Christmas break. Going to be hosting St. Martin's and Concordia in a Hoops Hardwood doubleheader on New Year's Eve. I want to thank you for joining us as we talk with Coach Ryan Bragdon about the women's team, and then we visit with Bouna N'Diaye from Norway, men's basketball junior. So thank you for joining us, and now it's time for the Coach's Corner Show. Welcome to this week's Crusader Coaches Show. Been a few weeks off since we've had a show, and glad you guys are all joining us. Today we've got head women's basketball coach Ryan Bragdon, whose team has been missing for the first half of the season. 7 games on the road. Finally got a home game against the College of Idaho. Big victory in your home debut, and now a couple more home games coming up. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Mike.
Let's talk about the good stuff. A couple of weeks ago on Monday, home debut, and you post the big win over the rivals.
Yeah, it was good. It was good to get out and again at home and play here, familiar setting, and but to really put into action some of the things we were working on in practice, and we use that game as really trying to get back into our flow. We played a very tough non-conference schedule. Beat up, and we just needed to find a little bit of flow, and I think we accomplished that to CMI.
Tough non-conference schedule, a couple of nationally ranked teams, including the national runner-up, and if you look at some of those results, they had the same kind of result against St. Martin's, who's coming in here Thursday. Cal Baptist did, and that was in Lacey, Washington. So comparably, you're playing about what the teams that you're going to be seeing over the next couple of days have been playing.
Yeah.
Let's talk about how important was that win against C of I. I know things have been tough on the road, but to get that momentum built and get some good vibrations going before Christmas.
Yeah, it's always good to get a win and feel good, get back to that feeling that we are good at basketball and that we can play the game. So it made the last couple weeks more bearable than what the record shows, because a win heals a lot of things, and I think that's what that did for us.
We expect some good offense. I think you're number 2 in the conference in scoring, number 1 free throw shooting team. But the thing that's been clicking, and I saw it Monday against the C of I, defense has really stepped up and turned it on, and I think that was the key in that game. How nice is it that the ladies are turning it on now at both ends of the floor?
Well, that wasn't an option they had. We really spent before break, we used a lot of that extra time we had working on our defense and really fine-tuning. Again, that's what our tough non-conference, that's what it did, is it exposed a lot of things that we just flat out needed to get better at headed into the conference. And so hopefully we ironed out enough of those things to improve that side of the ball coming up, and it needs to show itself here in the next couple of days.
You guys just getting back onto the court today. How did the ladies enjoy their Christmas? Do you get any sense, did they have some fun?
The first 15 minutes showed like they ate well and they had a lot of relaxing time. I think the biggest thing for us is we healed. We were pretty banged up headed into the break. We couldn't even practice the last couple times, last scheduled practices, just because we were beat up. It was a long couple months, and so they came back healthy, and that was the goal. They're feeling good. They're out of boots and slings and whatever else they're in. So that's a good thing, and that's what we needed headed into this week.
New Year's Eve, 5:15 here at the JSC. Second home game, and it's St. Martin's coming in for a conference contest. Most of the players probably haven't been scouting, but you had a week where you didn't have to come to the office, so I'm guessing that you did a little scouting. What do you know about St. Martin's?
St. Martin's is St. Martin's. They're a very tough team to play. They play incredibly hard. They're very efficient in what they do on both ends of the floor. They don't make a lot of mistakes. They're very principled in what they're doing. And so it's getting over that kind of defense that is hard to figure out and hard to know what they're doing, especially from a player standpoint. They switch a lot. They're just very active. They're very physical. They're very help-oriented. And we just have to play through that. And the same thing we've had to do the last 2 years. They're a very tough opponent for us. Offensively, they're going to look to penetrate, and really that's been kind of our sore spot. So we've been working on that and trying to stop a lot of their penetrate kick actions, and we got to stop Stable from scoring. She put up 38 the other day against Western Oregon, and she can score. She's much improved. We remember her from our last game there last year. And, but yeah, it's a challenge every time we play St. Martin's because of those things, and we got to come out and we need to be efficient. We need to do a lot of things we've been set out to do, and it should be a good game.
Looking at the stats, St. Martin's scores about 58 points a game, second fewest in the conference. Does that add some fuel to the defensive fire to shut this team down?
It should, but we tend to allow people to score well above their average. And that's something we've talked about openly with our team. That's the reality, is that our defense just hasn't been very good the last couple of months, and we have let teams score well over their average. And those are all goals. Like we look at individual statistics and team statistics. Yeah, they shouldn't score out of the 50s against us. That's their average. That's what they do consistently. We need to hold them consistently, and then we need to do what we can do offensively.
How nice is it to play that game at home? I mean, right after the break, a team traveling on the road maybe doesn't get into their rhythm after the break. How nice is it you get a couple days at home, focus, practice, and not have to travel? It's
a huge advantage because of that. The week shortens quickly coming off that long break when you have to get on an airplane and travel. Thankfully, St. Martin's has to do that.
And then Seattle Pacific, one of the perennial powerhouses in the GNAC on Saturday night. They're right in the middle of the pack. This is a weekend that you guys could make a little statement and move up into at least the middle of the pack with a couple of W's.
Yeah, it's a very important weekend for us. Right now we're just focused on St. Martin's. We've got to get that first one. We've got to protect our home court. That's how we're going to look at it. And that the thing you just talked about, it's very important that we have this advantage of being at home, and we have to take advantage of that advantage.
Well, I appreciate you joining us, Coach. Hope you had a Merry Christmas and welcome back. And looking forward to an enjoyable New Year's as the ladies take on St. Martin's and the men take on Concordia later in the evening. Come on down to the gym. Join us for New Year's and celebrate some victories with the Crusaders. The Crusader women's basketball team made their home debut on December 14th, hosting the College of Idaho and scoring the 78-65 victory on the home hardwood. 4 players scored in double digits for the Crusaders, led by McKenna Walker, shown here. Walker finished with 13 points in the victory for the Crusaders, who now host St. Martin's. Welcome back. We are joined by Bouna N'Diaye, junior forward with the men's basketball team. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Back to work after the Christmas break. Let's start off with how was Christmas for you?
It was very good, I think I needed it. I think a lot of us on the team needed it. Probably gained a couple pounds from food that people provided us when you and your wife, which I'm very thankful for. So I enjoyed myself.
Talk a little bit about how the season went before the break. 4-4. I know the trip to California wasn't what you guys wanted, but unbeaten at home, and things seem to be going fairly well with a new team and a new coach.
I think I have mixed feelings about the first half of the season. I think we kind of saw glimpses of how bad we can be and how good we can be. So I think it's hard to deal with the glimpses of the bad part, but I think the Christmas break helped look at the positive. So now I'm just trying to focus on how good we can be and trying to eliminate those bad glimpses.
One of the team leaders in scoring and blocked shots and rebounded, a lot of different stats. What's been going right for you on the court, do you feel, this year?
I feel that I'm playing with a lot more confidence, and I don't know, I feel more comfortable playing this year and with the team, and I don't know why, but it's weird because we have a whole new team, so I thought it would be less comfortable to play, but I actually feel more comfortable playing now.
You guys, we mentioned Christmas. You didn't get to go home. Obviously, a lot of the guys being from overseas, Norway, that take about all of the break just to fly over and fly back. How hard is it for you guys to not be able to go home during a holiday like Christmas?
Well, through the years it's been hard, but I think this Christmas it was a lot easier than expected because of adding a year. I think we're fortunate to have people and faculty and what do you call it, alumni that help take care of us, feed us, make us feel at home, and like you and your wife did. So I think it made it a lot easier. And I had different teammates here with me too, so it wasn't that bad. It was pretty good.
Talk about what's coming up after the break. Starting off New Year's Eve, let's see, Concordia coming to town. How excited are you guys to restart conference play and play Concordia Thursday night?
I think we're very excited and confident in ourselves, and I think try to forget our last road trip and end the year on a good win so that we have more confidence playing Western Oregon the second game after the first game of the 2016. That'll be a tough one. Looking forward to it.
Western Oregon coming in, number 3 in the nation, undefeated. They have a tough week. They're playing at Oregon on Tuesday. They travel to Central Washington on Thursday, and then here. How nice will it be that you guys get to be at home, maybe a little more rested against teams that have to travel and all that?
I think it's going to give us an edge towards the game, and we're undefeated at home, and hopefully it stays that way against Concordia. So I think it's going to give us confidence, and I think it's going to be a good game for us.
You talked about mixed emotions over the first part of the season. Is there something that you or the team needs to focus on to make sure that those are all good emotions in the second half of the season?
I don't think we have that much. We don't actually have any bad stuff that we focus on, or at least the Christmas break took it away. I think if people are tired of each other or anything, it doesn't seem like anyone's tired of each other now. So I think it's good, and now we just have to focus on getting better and stop turning the ball over and rebounding the ball.
What do you expect from Concordia? I know you guys probably haven't had much chance to look at them.
I don't know much about them. I just know that they're a new team, so I know they're going to be hungry to prove themselves this year. But so are we, so yeah, I think it's going to be a good one. 4 games in a row at home. How nice will it be to spend the next couple weeks on the court playing in front of your own fans? It will be very good, especially being undefeated here, so yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And now, just a junior, got 1 more year. Parents probably won't get to see you play here in Nampa. Will they get to come over at all and see you play? I think they're going to come next year. They're debating what's more important, to come watch me play or come for graduation. So I'll tell them to come and play. Hopefully they get to come for both. Yeah. I appreciate it, Bouna. I know you got to get to practice, and good luck this weekend. Thank you very much.